Prosper football just came off a big district match where they lost to Allen, but the Lady Eagle volleyball team has continued to dominate throughout the playoffs. Both girls and boys basketball have also kicked off their season and are looking good. Recapping your favorite sports, this is Game Time.
We finna be on, grind until dawn. Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time. Today is Friday, November 9th. I'm Brandon Branfield. Alongside me today, we have Jesse Eckstein, Maggie Hale, and Tyler Winden. So some big news from girls cross country just coming back from state.
Placing third in state at Round Rock, and Aubrey O'Connell placing third individually. They really showed out.
Aubrey O'Connell, a freshman, has been breaking records all season, so it's no surprise she got
Next
third.
3 years are going to be pretty bright. That's
for sure.
They only have one senior graduating, so they look pretty stacked for the next couple of years.
Congrats to Prosper Cross Country. Now we're going to kick it to basketball highlights from Friday. Prosper girls basketball tipped off against Highland Park on Friday to begin their basketball season. The Lady Eagles came out firing from the beginning and were able to take an early lead against the Scots, leading 36-12 after the first half. Jordan Oliver led the team in points and also contributed to the team's total 23 assists. The Lady Eagles were on fire on offense, shooting lights out with a 47% shooting percentage, including some nice shots from beyond the arc. The defense also showed out and they dominated on both sides of the ball, only allowing 24 points throughout the game. Highland Park had no answer to the Lady Eagle offense as the Eagles put up 72 points on the night. Overall, the Lady Eagles looked great in their first game this season on both sides of the ball, and in the end won the match 72-24 in a dominating performance. The Eagles will face off against Richardson on Wednesday in the Eagles Nest.
And now we send it over to volleyball highlights from Tuesday's game.
Last Tuesday night, the Prosper Lady Eagle volleyball team went up against Plano in the third round of the 6A Region 2 section of playoffs. The first set of the match ended in a Prosper win 25-22. The second set was switched up with the Wildcats taking it 23-25. Your Lady Eagles went on to take the next two sets, winning the match 3-1. Sammy Jacobs led the team in kills with 11 and Sherry Shore followed behind with 9. Maddie Whitmire had 40 assists and Kayla Martin had 14 digs, all to result in a Prosper Lady Eagle win. Today, Prosper plays Klein at Johnson Coliseum at 7 p.m. This will be the fourth round in playoffs and the regional semifinals. Good luck, Lady Eagles.
Many have had their doubts about Prosper volleyball moving up to 6A. Let's take a closer look at what they've had going on this season.
Prosper volleyball, once a regular sports team in a small high school, has now developed into one of the best volleyball teams in the state. But despite their recent success, they have witnessed scrutiny and doubt as they have moved into 6A.
They said we wouldn't make it in 6A.
They said we couldn't win our district.
They said we wouldn't be top 5 in the state.
They said we would fail.
They said we were overrated.
They said we wouldn't be good enough.
There are 1,122 volleyball teams in the state of Texas. Every year, each team competes to be the best. Last year, Prosper Volleyball did just that.
We came in really confident. We stole game 1 from them. They were not confident. They were very error prone. Once they started to settle in, they gave us a run for our money, but we did a really good job of fighting in set 4 to tie it up 23-all. We won 25-23, and then in set 5, we really just battled back and forth, and at the end of the day, volleyball's a game of momentum, and when it was 14-all, we had the momentum on our side.
After winning state in 5A in 2017, Prosper Volleyball faced a new kind of challenge as they transitioned into 6A.
We knew 6A was going to be a lot harder than 5A. Our district was a lot more competitive than what we experienced last year, so we had to come into practice every single day focused and ready to go, listening to our coaches and the scouting reports that we got and making sure that we were really mentally prepared for each team.
After losing key players like senior Haley Killinger, it took some development early in the season in order for Prosper to hit the ground running.
We decided to schedule a really tough preseason with a lot of hard matches against top-ranked 6A teams like Byron Nelson, Waxahachie, Flower Mound, Dan Geyer. So we took a couple hard losses there, but in turn it really helped us in district where we ended up going undefeated and beating all the teams in our district.
After dominating the regular season, the Eagles went undefeated in district and won 15 games in a row heading into playoffs.
Everyone was just saying how we're new to 6A and we're not going to be able to do it and we're just going to get beat up on, but so far we're undefeated in district and we're really hoping we're going to be able to win state again. We proved ourselves in 6A.
We went undefeated in our district. Or number 2 in the state. We proved the doubters wrong.
We exceeded expectations.
We were.
We are.
We are.
Prosper Volleyball.
Coming up after this, Caleb Delaney as your Player of the Week.
I stay loose, I stay tight, I stay loose, I stay tight, I stay loose, I stay tight. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know.
Now we send it to Caleb with your Player of the Week.
Thank you. I'm Caleb Delaney with your Player of the Week, senior Kylie Moat, Prosper volleyball player. So you are part of the first ever 6A Lady Prosper Eagles. You guys have had a phenomenal season. How's that feel?
It feels amazing to be coming into 6A for the first year and going all out and going hard and just having a successful season as we have so far.
Right, and you guys absolutely have. And the playoffs, you guys have had an amazing playoff season. How does that feel?
It feels amazing to come in and prove people wrong. No one thought we would be able to do it in 6A. They said we were overrated, but it feels so good to be able to say that, oh, you were wrong about what we would do.
Right, and you guys have proved a lot of people wrong, first in 5A and now in 6A. How does that feel?
Amazing, especially for us seniors. There are 9 of us, and so it's amazing to go out with a bang and go this far in playoffs, and proving people wrong is just kind of what Prosper Volleyball does. It's what we've always done, so we're very, very proud of how we've done this season so far.
Right, and congratulations again on Player of the Week. You really earned it with 12 digs as a defensive specialist. For Player of the Week, I'm Caleb Delaney.
Thank you, Caleb. Let's move outside Prosper Sports really quickly. On Halloween, the spooky night, Derrick Rose put up some big numbers.
Dressing up as his MVP self, playing like the old Derrick Rose, put up 50 points and helped
Quite impressive.
Timberwolves to a win.
It's even more impressive because it's a bounce back, and
he was out
really
almost like the past 2 years.
2 years, he came back and even had a career high 7 threes.
The 2 games after that against the Lakers, he was 7 for 9 at the 3-point line. So.
All right, let's move on to college basketball now. What about Duke? I mean, they're pretty impressive.
I mean, the #1 team in the nation, KU, showed out, took care of business.
I don't know. Zion Williamson is a beast, and it showed.
I see Kansas and Duke in the Final Four. No
I was listening to ESPN radio, and they said Zion Williamson may be the next LeBron. Thoughts on that?
Here's a stat for you guys. LeBron is 250 pounds. Zion Williams is, what was it?
30 pounds more?
35 pounds more, 285.
That's quite crazy, and he's only 18 years old.
It's a beast right there.
All right, moving on to the NFL. Des Bryant to the Saints. Pretty impressive.
I think it's going to pay off for Des and the Saints. Des could shine in this offense, and they just filled a piece of the puzzle.
Besides Michael Thomas, the other Saints receivers have not been doing so hot. Thomas is the only receiver with more than 12 receptions this season.
Drew Brees is at a whole nother level than Dak Prescott, and it's really going to show out.
This is one of Drew Brees' best seasons for sure.
I think this is going to really help Des out when he was with the Cowboys with either Pearson, Romo, and Dak. I mean, they just don't scale up to Drew Brees.
Oh, not even close.
Team to beat now after beating the Rams last year.
I think they were the team to beat and still are now.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Rookie quarterbacks. Mayfield, Rosen, Darnold.
Well, I think Mayfield's shown out most.
He's the only one with a positive touchdown to interception ratio.
He is the most overrated player I have ever watched.
He's got the most potential.
10 touchdowns in 6 games.
Sam Darnold has more touchdowns than he has.
Yes, but Sam Darnold has played the whole season.
Nobody cares.
He's good because he's on the Browns.
Okay. Exactly. He's not good.
14 interceptions. Lost the starting job. I mean.
No, he's injured. He's still gonna play. Exactly. He's not good.
Oh my gosh, calm down. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this short because we're getting intense here. Make sure you stay tuned next week as we will be recapping the football and volleyball games tonight. For Game Time, I'm Brayden Brandvold.
I'm Jesse Eckstein.
I'm Maggie Hale.
And I'm Tyler Wynn.